Hello YouTube, it's your boy B3 and special guest Naughty Cat here. Say hey Naughty. Say hey Naughty. She just stare. But today we have another great graphic novel review for you guys, or more a trade collection. But it's Batman Life After Death by Tony S. Daniel, art and story. I love Tony S. Daniel, big Tony S. Daniel fan. Naughty loves this book too because she chewed the corner off of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's Dick Grayson Batman. You guys know Dick Grayson is my favorite Batman. Fuck Bruce Wayne. Big old middle finger up to Bruce Wayne. I mean, I enjoy Bruce Wayne as much as anyone else, but I just loved Dick Grayson as Batman. Now, I'm going to give you the read-up at the back of this book right now. Gotham's criminals are going to war, and Batman is caught in the middle. Oh, yeah. Although he has only recently taken up the Dark Knight's cape and cowl, Dick Grayson is already defending a city under siege. A mysterious new Black Mask has unleashed an army of brainwashed foot soldiers onto the streets, turning the Devil Square neighborhood into his personal stronghold and its civilian population into hostages. The Black Mask faces competition, however, from the newly resurgent Falcone crime family, which is determined to take back control of the city's underworld for itself. On either side, however, there are players pursuing their own agendas, and before this war is over, the Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman, Hugo Strange, Hush, and even Batman himself will all have a turn as unwitting pawns in the struggle. Writer and artist Tony S. Daniel from Batman R.I.P., Batman Battle for the Cowl, I think I've reviewed both of those, by the way, is joined by artist Gilliam March, Gotham City Sirens, and Sanu Florea, Batman Rip, for Batman Life After Death, collecting issues 692 through 699 of the ongoing Batman series in a special hardcover edition. I bought this from the bookstore when I went to UGA, actually. It was the UGA bookstore. $19.99 USA. Pretty good. Now, I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed this book. And we're going to do a little more reading because there's an inside cover also. With the death of Bruce Wayne, former Robin Dick Grayson has assumed the mantle of the Bat and sworn himself to keep the citizens of Gotham City safe, but evil also has a successor. A new Black Mask has arisen from the ashes of the old, and he has both clipped the wings of his competitor in crime, the Penguin, and built an army of drugged servants known as False Faces to do his bidding. Those are the people with the gas masks that are being mind-controlled, by the way. Neither of these accomplishments impressed the Falcone crime family, who have returned from exile, eager to recapture the place at the top of the criminal food chain. With the Black Mask plans, which involve the newly rebuilt Arkham Asylum, a biotech firm, and the resurrection of one of Gotham City's deadliest and most relentless killers, reach much higher than that. To keep the city from becoming a slaughterhouse, the Black Mask must be unmasked again. But is the new Batman up to the challenge? The answer is hell yeah, obviously. This is a pretty good book. You know, a bunch of false faces get their asses kicked. Batman and Gordon are looking around a bunch of stuff, finding these missing people who have become false faces. You got Hugo Strange working for Black Mask, which is pretty cool. You got Dr. Death, the original Batman villain, you know what I mean, working for him. All kinds of great stuff. All kinds of great stuff. Falcone crime family, Catwoman's in this book, as it mentioned earlier. The descendants of the Falcones, like one of Falcone's sons who didn't want anything to do with the crime business, is now the crime boss. And they resurrect the Reaper. You know, he's Jewish, so lots of Nazi stuff going on there. You see some Nazi flashbacks. Dick Grayson's still getting used to the mantle at this point, because remember, in Battle for the Cowl, Black Mask was also one of the villains. He's also got some kind of strained relationship stuff with Huntress and Oracle. And he's got this cool bat armor in the book. And he's going around asking people if they will tell him about anything. And this one kid volunteers and is like, hey, I'll give you information. And then the kid gets sniped immediately when he tries to talk to Batman. And he's in critical condition for a while. And Dick Grayson's like, if he pulls through, he'll never want for anything. I'll pay for his college. I'll get him in the best one. Blah, 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 everything. I'm going to make sure he's a success. And then he got called by Oracle, and she was like, oh, he dead. So, did not make it. Sorry, kid. He interrogates the Penguin. It seems like the Black Mask is really crazy. He's definitely a split personality, because you, like, see the person who is the Black Mask talking to the Black Mask, and the other half of his personality, whoever his normal side is, doesn't want to be Black Mask. He he doesn't want to commit crimes, but Black Mask does it anyways. So every time he's like, the mask is an addiction. And then we have also one of the Falconia daughters or whatever. She is running around kind of as a cat girl, doing stuff, and she has some run-ins with Selena Kyle, and eventually Selena makes her like the official cat girl, which is pretty fun. The Reaper is dying the whole time. This is also during that time where Riddler is like a private eye because he lost his memories and doesn't remember that he's a bad dude. So that's that. And then Batman ends up becoming a false face and beats the shit out of a bunch of people for Black Mask. But eventually he comes out of it. Well, he doesn't beat up a bunch of people for Black Mask. Actually, it's Penguin that does it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm just so used to the false face being Black Mask. The Penguin does it, and then Batman goes to kill Black Mask when he's under the influence of the false face control mask. And Black Mask shoots Dick, and he falls in the water. Now, this is important because earlier in the book, we see Dr. Arkham carrying a gun, and Batman's like, hey, I didn't think you were the gun type. And he's like, I'm not. They're rubber bullets. The city's just crazy right now. And that's important because the bullet that Dick was shot with is, guess what? A rubber bullet. Dr. Arkham is Black Mask. And Black Mask didn't switch out the guns afterwards. And then there's like a full-on assault with Batman, Wildcat, Batgirl, Stephanie Brown Batgirl, like anyone fucking cares. Robin, Red Robin, Huntress, my boy Ragman, all of them like assaulting the goons, the Black Mask goons. The Reaper turns on him, unmasks Dr. Arkham, and then everything kind of wraps up nicely. And they beat the Black Mask, who had Gotham pretty much held hostage for a long time. But Black Mask was also kind of at the end of his rope because he could destroy the city anytime he wanted, but he also couldn't really leave his base much because the cops had him surrounded. And then there's like a side story in the back where there's kind of all this stuff where Dick Grayson's having these badass dreams, and then there's all these people like this guy who was murdered. And the Riddler is like, oh, I can help you figure it out because I'm a private eye now. And then as it goes along, it seems like the Riddler is probably the actual bad guy here. And he's like committing crimes that look like other Gotham villains. And he's trying to kind of be taking on this persona of someone called Sebastian Blackspell. But it does appear to actually be the Riddler, but the Riddler like frames his own attack where he's attacked with Joker's laughing gas, but by the end it does seem like the Riddler is the one that committed all the crimes and everything. It's a pretty fun little story. But that's it for this book. You know, it's a good book. I really like it. Dick Grayson Batman is bae. Tony S. Daniels is bae. There are a few other Batman books Oh, where you going, Nutty? Where you going, big girl? I need to read. I still need to read The Long Halloween and a few other things, but I've done a lot of Batman reviews, so if you want to see some more of them, check it out. There's a playlist of all the comic book reviews on it, so you can just go through that and pick whatever you want. I've done other Dick Grayson reviews. I'm going to have more Dick Grayson Batman reviews also. And I'm going to read lots of Nightwing books and etc. So I don't know, all kinds of stuff. I have so many books to read. And review. I'm switching to lots of digital comics. This one was a physical, but I'm going to be doing more videos like this, where I just show some like cool action figures that have to do with the book. Instead of my face in the book, because I've started reading digital comics just to save money and space, because I don't have a lot of space to store comics anymore. So I'll probably be selling a lot of my single issues, and I'll be getting lots of just trades, digital, from now on. But that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll be seeing you all later.